Hello, it's Courtney. I wanted to give a little update about what I'm trying to do and what I'm trying to accomplish. I had somebody say yesterday that if I wanted to build a healing center, that I needed to walk that walk. And while I fully agree, I'm not at all coming from a healed place. And when I got into my trailer, I was like, okay, I'm going to live in the trailer for like 6 months to a year. I'm going to buy property. At that time, I was a real estate broker and I was an escort. And basically, to me, escorting was like, that's how I dated. Um, I dated professionally. I didn't date privately. And that was really good. In retrospect, it was really good. I always thought I was going to be that. I think it was part of my path. I think it is still part of my path. I'm like a lot of people, they like do one thing and then they have like a life outside of that. But basically, I mostly just, the only thing I ever really do is work and walk my dog. But my problem is I'm working on like the foundation of what I want to build. I wrote a book. I haven't published it yet. I am working on my website. I have 8 YouTube channels. What I'm trying to do is, when I first had my started awakening, I had hired a team of virtual assistants based in the Philippines. But first I hired one and then I hired 3 additional ones. The 3 were part-time and the one was full-time. So I had 80 hours a week. Is that how it worked? Yeah. I had 80 hours a week of assistance. So now, since I've been in my trailer, basically all I do is like work on my vision, but there's like this huge disconnect. So, like, because I figured it out. Okay, I figured it out. And I think I need some quantum healing on this. I know I'm babbling, but I'm just trying to connect the dots and maybe this will help somebody else. But okay, so I had 4 virtual assistants based in the Philippines. I hired my virtual assistant based on his name. He had a really cool name. His first name's Raven. And I felt like it was a very spiritual thing from the start. And he really helped me. And I had to let them all go because I, of course, went broke. And the first thing before trying to save myself from the sinking boat of financial destruction that I needed the lessons from, it's part of my awakening, I had to fire them, and it sucked. And I always said, and even when we were working together, I was like, it would be really cool if we could do like a nonprofit or something, because to help other people get virtual assistant jobs. So my assistants lived in a province that was like far away. They could have probably commuted to Manila and worked in like a call center or something, but that takes them away from their family, and they're very, tight with their families. And my assistant was the breadwinner of his family, and his parents were gone. He was like 20, I don't know, 5, 28, something like that. And he had a younger brother and sister, and he was taking care of them. And his job ensured that he didn't have to spend, 4 hours a day commuting to Manila or staying in Manila and being separated from his family. Anyway, so when I worked with him, I was like, it would be really cool to like get other jobs. And it's kind of always been my vision to be like, I have endless ideas. And so it would be cool to give a lot of jobs, because like they would tell me like on the weekends they would buy bags of rice for like people who couldn't afford it. And I was like, oh my God, that is so thoughtful and great of you. And he's like, it's because of you, because of my job, blah, blah, blah. So I had this huge, like, I feel like, I feel like when I fired them, I incurred a lot of karma. And I didn't like that. But also, a huge void of me left because it was like, it was very good for me. It was mostly a good situation, you know? I could come up with ideas and they could put them together and I don't really like editing videos. So, yeah. So I had to fire them. And now what I've decided to do is that I want to create a forum or something. Maybe it's an app. I don't know. But it's going to be like not it'll be a forum for conscious creators. People, cuz it's like I'm looking at what I need and I'm basically trying to build a network around that. But my vision is probably what a lot of other conscious creators need too. So I wanted to build a job board for them, but then also like a forum for conscious creators to reach out and need help and go, these are the things I need help co-creating. And then we all have like this network, but it's not like a network that's like, you know, housed on somebody else's censored network. So that's what I'm trying to do. And that's my vision. And I know that I'm very scattered, but that's literally what I'm trying to do. And, like, I know that if I don't focus on something else, I will always be plagued with depression and things, and I probably always will because I I process that shit for not just me, for the other people around me. So like Gopi Krishna, I study Gopi Krishna. I read his books because he documented his awakening process, which took like, you know, decades. But he swore on, you know, service being like the way that he got through life, and it's going to be this way that I get through life too. So that's what I want to do. That's what I want to do. And I had a great experience with my virtual assistants. It created a better life for them. Just to have that like job that wasn't like a corporate, I'm gonna exploit these people kind of jobs. They had a better family life. It was better for their community, and that's what I want to do, is like help other people in the provinces bring work to them. And the best way for us to do that is to use like conscious creators, builders, the way showers, knowledge seekers, people who have knowledge and they can talk about it, but they're like their crutch is like the same crutch that I have. It's all of the editing, it's all of the like entering it, and it's like that's where my brain collapses. I don't like doing that. That's why I used to have people who did it for me. That's why I'm raising money so I could do that again, and give people jobs. And then that energy is like, okay, I'm an energy person, but when you have good energy and it's wrapping the world in it, it's like little ripples of love. And I actually became a minister, right? I'm an ordained minister, and mostly I'm doing that so that I can start a mission. And I'm just getting started. I don't even know how to start a mission. That's my calling. That's what I'm supposed to do. So that's what I'm going to do. And if that makes me sound crazy and delusional, then I'm not for you, and that's okay. I wish you well. I love you. Goodbye.